In this video, I'll be reviewing posture. I'm going to start with my feet and work my way up. So if you need to skip to a specific part of the video to cover a certain part, then you can do that. I'm going to start with my feet. Go ahead and get your feet into a nice 90-degree angle. They should be 45 degrees each direction. Just easy, nice 90 degrees. Get them into that position, you're good. All right, next I'm going to move on to my legs. Check into them, make sure they're straight. You don't want them too tight, you don't want your knees locked, but you do want them straight. You don't want them loosey-goosey either. You don't want them too loose. Nice and straight knees. Your legs should look straight from the side, not bent, not overextended, but nice and straight, but still relaxed. All right, now I'm gonna move on to the hips. Go ahead and put your hands on your hip bones. They should be right at your waist, not too low, not too high. Hands should be right at your waist. Find your hip bones and tilt your butt slightly back to make sure our hip bowl, what we refer to as our hip bowl, is nice and even and parallel to the ground. Normally your hips should be like this. If you're standing normally, this should be slightly forward. So you need to rock them back just a little bit and get your hips nice and parallel to the ground. You can think about rocking your tailbone towards the ground and down to the ground if that helps you. This should be this position. My hips are straight, parallel to the ground, and nice and centered with the rest of my body. Next, move on to your abs. Imagine you have your upper abs and your inner abs. You're gonna stretch, pull your lower abs down and your upper abs up. Stretch them apart, and this should raise everything just a little bit by a couple inches. You don't want to just grow the top because then it's gonna look like you're kind of raising your chest. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure your lower abs are going down and your upper abs are going up, kind of stretching apart from each other. And after that, you should extend your whole body just by a couple inches. You should look nice and big and bold, right? Next, shoulders. Naturally, they're going to be slightly forward. We need to rock them up and back. So that way, we look a little bit more bigger. The point is to look as big as we can. We rock our shoulders back, look a little bit more bigger on the field, and that's what we want. Not too far forward, but don't overdo it. You don't want them back like this. Just nice and easy. Rock the shoulders up and back. That should be the position. Imagine if your shoulder blades, if there's a beach ball right in between them, you want to gently squeeze that beach ball just enough so you're holding it. Nice, right there. All right, next move on to the neck. With your neck, it needs to be, after you've done everything else, you should have a pretty much like a center line running through the center of your body. You want your neck to be in line with that. It should be tall and raised, and it shouldn't be forward or back. It should be straight in line with this line, the center line I've created with my body. It should be in line with that. And next, the head. Some kids, the tendency will have their head too far forward because they're trying to present themselves and their head might be a little too far forward. Make sure you're not doing that. Make sure it's nice and center and in line with everything else. And our necks are long, just like that. And then you can go ahead and raise your chin about 10 degrees just to look a little bit bigger. Just go ahead and raise your chin just up by about 10 degrees. If this is your chin, just kind of raise it to about right there. And that should be our perfect posture.